Every time you start
We're
recording,
about to do the most idiotic thing I ever thought I could do and play every single character in Paladins. And are you ready?
no, I'm still downloading Genshin.
Of course you are. I'm just getting it ready. I'm going through the list of characters and seeing how bad this is going to go in my opinion.
There we go.
And I'm going to stream for you so you can watch with me. You down? Alright,
Andrew!
here you go. We're going to start with Androxus, right? Overall, I don't hate Androxus. He's pretty good, you know. Not, in my opinion, if you're really good with him, he's high tier. But for me personally, the way I play, he's like probably a 7 out of 10. How do you feel about that?
Andrew!
I haven't played him since what, 2 to 3 months now.
Battlesuit Godslayer.
I'm pretty decent with him, so I give him around the same.
Give him around the same.
You gotta hit your shots.
A 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Same. Like if you can hit your shots, he's god tier, but I can't aim.
Look, that kid.
So I recently got this Ashe skin. It's probably one of my favorite skins in the game. But for Ashe, she used to be one of my favorite characters in the game. I used to give her a 10 out of 10, would play her all the time and give them a chance. Now, she's still pretty fun, but she's more about an 8 out of 10 for me. How you feeling, Ant?
I haven't played Ashe much, so I can't really rate her.
Yeah, you can still rate her on your own experience. If it wasn't good or bad, you give it Ashe.
From experience of what? I played three matches.
Alright, that's enough.
They weren't the best matches.
Alright, so give her a bad rating if it wasn't the best matches for you.
Well, it wasn't more of the fact that she was bad. It's more of the fact that I didn't know how to use it.
That's fair. That's fair. But, let's hear this voice line real quick.
Don't let them get away!
Oh, that one sucks.
Not today, Wakono.
Well, anyway, I think from now, actually, I'm going to go back to Androxus. I'm going to play all their alt sounds.
Death awaits you all!
That sounds beautiful.
Ashe.
I love that skin voice.
Come on, let's fight!
Next up is Atlas. You've played against Atlases, right?
He's annoying, yes.
He's annoying, yes. Have you played Atlas at all? None?
I've played 2 games with Atlas.
You played 2 games at Atlas. Do you remember any of them, or is it just...
Yes. I went against the Rockets. Didn't go well.
It didn't go well?
No.
Atlas is one of those characters where you could have a good or bad game. He's easily counterable, but also he is really strong if you can use him properly. He used to be really good, but he had so much lockout that it was very difficult to use him. That's just my evaluation of him. Let's hear his ult.
You're out of time.
Next up is the demigod himself, Azan. Ant, your opinions on Azan?
Oh, he's a really great tank.
Oof, I'm trying to get this fit. Anyway,
Right.
how many games would you say you played with Azan? Or you?
I played Azan a couple. He's level 12 in my account.
Oh, he's almost the same level as mine. See, my problem is I just can't aim. So Azan is one of those characters where if your aim is not perfect, you lose out on a lot of self-sustain and damage. And it can really be punishing.
There we go.
Next up is Baron. Ooh, I forgot to do Azan's...
Azan. Be purged from this realm!
Alright.
Now, next up is Barrick. How do you feel about the troll?
Barrick? Level 8. He's great overall.
Mm-hmm.
Give him like a good 7.5. Just that, Rom could, just annoying to go against Rom.
You're right. Going into Rom, Barrick isn't good, but Barrick has a special place in my heart. Mainly because my first ever game as Barrick, I got a pentakill without moving. So for that alone, Barrick's a 10 out of 10 for me. It was really stupid. But let's hear his ult. Let's go.
Last one standing wins!
Next up is Betty La Bomba, or the Bomb Queen.
Do you want me to invite you?
No. We're doing this first. Anyway, Betty, how do you feel about Betty?
Great damage character overall. I'll give her a 6 out of 10. Maybe for the fact that I'm not accustomed to her jumping around everywhere.
Her movement
But
ability,
she's a good point holder. Or how do you
or,
say it?
or point defender,
Yeah.
because she can do her. She has a bunch of AOE. It really gets people off point. Yeah, and her movement ability is kind of crazy. So I give her overall an 8. Now the Bomb King.
Bomb King.
I don't have anything against
Never
them.
played him.
Never played them.
Okay, fair. Bomb King, if you can hit your bombs and detonate them properly, he's actually pretty fun and easy to use if you're good at like aiming. As long as you can cling up, as long as your bombs actually hit your opponent, he's really strong and powerful. His Grumpy Bomb is really good at forcing people off a point, or if not, stunning them. So, and he has incredible movement too, just like the Bomb Queen. So, overall, I give him a 7.5.
213.
Next up is your main man, Buck.
Never played him.
Here's the wind-up.
You've never played Buck.
No.
Whew. All I can say is Buck is an annoying bastard. Anyway, next up is Caspian.
A
My
dance
lowest
of
rated
life and death.
character. I don't like him. He just feels off to me. He does not feel like a character I ever want to play or ever will play again. He will stay where he is. How do you feel?
He's on rotation right now. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Him, Betty, Ying, and who else?
Moving on to the next character,
Oh, Shaggy.
Cassie.
Cassie. How you feeling about Cassie?
Again, you have to hit your shots.
Yeah, if you hit your shots, Cassie's kind of broken.
Doesn't
And
hit-
she has, and her ult is just wall hacks.
Yeah.
Corvus.
Corvus.
How we feeling here?
Corvus is a great healer.
Behold the power
The fact that
of
he
the
can mark
abyss.
2 people at the same time.
Corvus
Again.
used to be a great healer, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would
His healing.
I was
And
gonna
now
say,
he's
he used to be a great healer. Like now,
He's just meh. He's not a good solo. But if you have another healer backing him up, he's really good at pocketing the flanks and keeping them alive.
yeah. Ooh, that
Dredge.
Ho, 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 Dredge.
never played Dredge.
Dredge is similar to Betty, where he has a lot of area denial, but he's a little bit more fun in terms of some of the things you can add to his kit. Like you can make him a little bit more randomly bouncy, knocking him around like a pinball. He can teleport and jump really high, and his ult is really good for getting people off a point. Next up is Drogo. Have you played any Drogo?
Lord Drogos.
Drogo?
Drogos.
No, but I played against Drogos.
How do you feel about playing against Drogos?
Playing against Drogos, he's not surviving.
He's not surviving. Have you played against a good Drogos yet, though?
Yes. Right?
And was it more even? Or
No.
are you
more-
sure it was good Drogos? Because I played against some that will completely dominate the skies, even when you're a hit scan champion.
No, I think I played it against once, but I can't really be too sure if it was good or not. Or maybe the fact that I only hit headshots with my main champion, that I don't,
Alright, understandable. Next up is,
Never
you have
played
no say in this one, my favorite character in the whole game. Movement ability is S tier. Flying around, has damage immunity for a couple of seconds, and can teleport. Also, her ult is literally just a sneeze. Listen to this. Really fun, really fast damage, but lowest health bar in the game. You gotta be careful. Next up is Fernando.
He's a decent tank overall.
Right now, I have to say Fernando's my favorite tank to play. He has the most fun kit if you choose the right talent. My favorite talent has to be the one that gives him 2 dashes.
The
I'm not-
formidable.
Yeah, formidable.
That's the one that gives him 2-1, right?
Yes.
What do you check the talent? I will probably go with Aegis since I'm more of on the point type of person.
My problem with Aegis is that you end up shielding so long that you're not actually helping the team as much as you can be. He's really good at capping the point and applying cauterize to the whole point. So having him with his shield up is kind of, even though he's absorbing bullets, if they start breaking that shield quickly, then Aegis becomes pointless. I like the ability to like just move out of bullets rather than block them. Furia, how do you feel about Furia?
I haven't played her as much. I was trying to use her as one of the healers, extra healers for my playstyle, but I can't really say it. But she's good overall. Damage, stuff, healing wise, great. Stunning wise, not so great because it's annoying
Well,
when
no,
she gets on there.
her stun is good if you actually when you actually hit somebody,
No,
especially if you're using
going
right
again.
Going against? Oh, you're just complaining about her being better
Yeah.
at aiming. Okay, got you. Nah, Fury is a decent overall support. Her healing used to be a little better, but she's still pretty good at it. It's basically target auto aim healing. As long as they're in line of sight of you, it'll aim towards them. So it's really good for that. It's easier to heal a bunch of flanks that move really fast. Overall, Fury is one of the best healers in the game, in my opinion, if not the. Next up is Grok.
Insane in the brain!
I have a great history of Grok. He used to be my top character. They changed a few things in his kit, and I just don't. He doesn't feel the same to me anymore. You got any opinions on Grok yet?
Grok, no. I haven't played him enough to give an opinion.
Solo healing isn't that great, but pair him with one other healer, and he becomes a monster. Let's hear his ult. Ooh. Grover. Played me Grover?
I played Grover.
Spirits do
Yeah.
not rest.
I don't like Grover. Fuck Grover. Grover's a bitch. Anyway, next character. I don't even feel like explaining him.
Imani.
Imani. How you feel about this baby right here?
I haven't played her.
Haven't played her?
No.
If you can use her ability successfully, she is a damage machine. Only thing is, her running away and escape methods can be slow at times, and her build up to becoming that damage machine can also be a hindrance. That's all I got for her.
Igmore Vonte Dracon!
Next up is
Inara.
the Queen of Tanks herself,
You
Anara.
are not welcome here!
Anara is probably one of the most terrifying things to go up against. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah.
One of the biggest health pools in the game, and self-DR that you can pop at any moment. She can also keep you trapped from escaping her and stun you. Anar is the epitome of a tank, in my opinion. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm
Nothing
on.
words, huh?
I'm on my settings trying to fix. What is FOV?
First, it's frame of view.
Hey, so you go to 100 or should I push it further
Put
to
it,
120?
put it to like as high as possible.
Io.
Yeah, put it to 120. I'm like fixing my settings. Got new monitor and all that,
Mm-hmm. Io, how do you feel about her?
Dogs are annoying.
You're just talking about how much you hate going against these characters. I'm talking about how much I like playing them. Io's one of those characters where, honestly, I would feel better if her heel auto-locked on, because you have to aim it, and it's really hard to hit those moving flanks and keeping them alive if they keep moving and zipping around you at top speeds.
Yeah, I haven't played most characters to know.
Yeah, I know. So you could just talk about how much you hate them.
Oh,
It's fine.
how
I'll
much
talk about
I
how much I love them.
like going against them, yes.
Yeah. Next up, Genos.
Genos.
How do you feel about this boy right here? You played him a few times. I know that for a fact.
He's a great healer. His ult, if you could hit it, could you
He
get
has
to
one of the more terrifying ults in the game. It kills most characters. You're right.
The fact that he's annoying every time you try to run away from him from his cripple
Step
or
into the
wound grip.
light and perish!
How many times have you stepped into the light in?
Probably when I first started the game. Not as much anymore.
Yeah, as long as you're on top of it, you can easily dodge a Gen Assault most of the time. But there are times where you just get stuck and there's nothing you can do about it. Next up is Khan.
Banded by Khan.
Recently, I had
Pleased to
some
meet
terrible
you.
experiences fighting this Khan.
Is
And
it
if you might
awesome?
remember one of those games where I literally got grabbed out of the sky.
You mean grab it out of the sky or grab through a wall?
Both happened in the same game. It was nonsense nonetheless. Khan is a decent tank. He's not the best. He's not close to the worst. He has ability to heal his teammates, shield them from damage, and just straight up throw people off the map if he feels like it. Like,
Nope.
very versatile tank in my opinion.
You're mine, sugar.
Ooh. Next up is Kanessa.
Kanessa.
One of our friends non-stop plays Kanessa. And how do you feel about her? I personally just don't like her that much.
Kanessa? No, I don't have any bad things against her.
I don't
to be
have any
honest.
bad, but I don't have any good things either. Like, she's a good sniper and everything. I just personally can't play her.
Yeah.
Try and
I don't. If it was like more of a strict type of person, like with one hit, instead to do damage, you have to charge her up. Or am I confusing her with Octavia?
No, you have to charge up each shot for Kanessa.
To do more damage, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I dislike about her.
Fair enough. Next up is Koga.
Boss fight. You're already dead.
How do you feel about this boy right here?
You're already dead.
Koga.
Koga, haven't played much with him, but I haven't went against him. Yes.
Was he annoying a little bit, or was he easy to deal with for you?
It was a medium. It depends.
It depends on the person playing Koga.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can't say if it's easy or challenging. It depends on the play style of the other player.
Yeah, Koga is one of those characters where the person you're going up against can either be really good or really bad, depending on how they built their kit and everything else. Like, his ult's really strong, especially if they have no movement abilities. It's like basically a guaranteed kill. But move on to the next character.
Lex.
We got Lex. I know you got a few things to say about this character, and I'll let you
Great.
take this one away.
Great character overall. Hitcher all could instantly kill the person if they're beneath 50% of their HP. 55? I thought it was 50.
65. No, we usually do 50 because it's easy to tell when it's at 50, but it's 65.
Oh, okay. Well, didn't know that, but movement wise, not probably the best. Well, in my opinion, so far is the best out of my perspective of the
Out of the
characters
ones
that
that
I've
you
played.
play. Out
Yeah.
of your mains, yes.
Out of my mains. Love the dual wielding gun. I got no more words. What about the talents? It depends on how you play them, to be honest.
Yeah,
If
but
you use Discovery, you're able to do more damage, but if you could hit your shots, Death Hassan also does a great amount. I don't really like Heroism
Heroism's
because,
really good, though.
well, it is really good, but you won't know who you're going against until you know.
Yeah, but Lex's auto aim also really makes a big difference. It does a lot of damage and can finish off a lot of your kills when you're running up bullets.
Yep.
Next up is the auto aim bitch herself, Leanne.
I got no words because I never played her.
You have no words. She's not bad. As long as you hit your shot, she's really good. But she's really annoying considering 2 of her hits are exactly auto aim. 1 hit is piercing, and her ult is piercing and has a giant radius. It's kind of annoying because I'm against this character. Personally, I don't like her. But, she's there. Next up is Lilith. How do you feel about Lilith?
The fact that she's a level 8 and higher than yours, says something.
Oh, your Lilith is higher than mine?
I'm 8 with yours.
Blood moon rises.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, she's not the best healer. She's
She's an annoying healer because she uses her own HP in order to heal people, which ends up leaving her below health to get away because all her abilities use
No, no,
Even
she's
though it
not.
says here that she, technically speaking, Lilith does have the lowest health pool out of any champion because her actual health is 750. So I lied earlier when I said Eevee has the lowest. But she has like over health that gives her to like tank level.
Yeah.
This character's stupid. Maeve.
Maeve.
How do you feel about Maeve?
Annoying.
Actually, that basically sums it up. She's like Eevee where she has a bunch of movement and speed. It's just that she's a little bit more annoying with it and has 100 more HP.
And she has that reset ability.
Yeah, which basically lets her reset all her abilities on the spot and keep doing it over and over. That she, when she gets a kill, it resets all her abilities and that resets her reset. So it's kind of annoying. Her ult can basically blind the whole enemy team so they can't see far away. And it makes it really hard for our long range characters to do any actual damage. And next up, do you challenge Makoa?
Yeah.
You challenge Makoa?
Oh, that was actually a thing. I didn't know that.
What do you mean? You hear it every single time you ult.
Really? Maybe
Yeah,
because
that's why we always make the joke. Did you challenge Makoa? No, I didn't challenge Makoa.
Angel doesn't really ult with him, or maybe he does ult, but I never paid attention.
It's a different voice line when it's on your team. The enemies always hear these voice
You
lines.
challenge Makoa?
Ah, so that's why.
It could be a different voice line when your teammate is ult. That's why.
Okay. I mean, I'll challenge Makoa any time of the day, except for when he put down the shield.
Yeah, sometimes it's smart to challenge, other times it's a mistake. But Makoa's one of those characters that's really fun to play or really bad to play depending on how good you are. Next up, you got the Magic Man himself, Maldamba. How do you feel about Maldamba, Ant?
Never played it or haven't had the chance to go against them as much.
You've been on your team a few times, though.
Yeah, but I don't remember them. Maybe because they haven't done much.
Maldamba is one of the best healers in the game. He has some of the best utility, including his stuns and his ult. His movement isn't bad. It also gives temporary immunity from damage. So, overall, the only problem I have with him personally is you have to aim your heal. And I don't really like any healer where you have to aim your heals.
Moji.
Moji. How do you feel about Moji?
Snugglesworth too.
Isn't he just I don't remember if you said he's a shield killer or he does really bad against people with shield.
Moji does bad against people with shields. She is really good otherwise. Able to dish out a crap ton of damage on multiple targets. Has immunity for a couple of seconds and a pretty good movement ability. And her ult is kind of just hilarious. Turn somebody into a snack and you eat them alive. Next up is Octavia. You played her a few times. Right?
I believe so.
You haven't played Octavia? Really?
She's level 3, but not as much I could get commentary off of it. All I know is that she's like a rifle type person with like it's a mixture. It's a marksman rifle with scope.
She has a good movement ability, decent damage, and her ult ability, if using the right legendary, does a decent amount of healing and a lot of damage. Her ult itself basically just it's like a general's ult, but covers more radius and can hit more area. So that's basically the only difference. And then we got your main man, Pip, the fairy of the game, besides Moji. How do you feel about this guy?
Again, have to aim your heals, right? I know he has an AoE.
It's a little easier because it's AoE, but you still have to aim your heals. You're right. I like his ult. How do you feel about his ult? How do you feel about being hit with his ult?
I love being turned into a chicken.
You love being turned into a chicken. Yeah, his movement ability is alright. It's really good for when you're trying to get around things to heal your team. Not so easy to use to run away, but, you know, you take the good with the bad. Rom, you probably have a few things to say about this boy.
In my opinion, it's between him or Ron. Thanks. But I'll stick with Rom since he was like probably the first tank I learned how to play. I love his ult, his talent which helps you get his ult quicker. And if you have support characters, I think it's Octavia that gives you the cooldown, right? Or it gives
Yeah,
you the
it's Octavia that gives you a full extra
yep,
cooldown.
that, and then
Fire
Morales is
toys.
instantly his way of healing his teammates with his other talent, and how he gets healed by the amount of skulls that he absorbs. Right? He absorbs the skulls, right?
Yeah, he absorbs them. You're right. Yeah, he's overall a solid tank. God damn, we're not even close to finishing.
Ray.
Next up is Ray. How do you feel about this chick right here?
She's alright.
I don't like her. Fuck off. I'm not even gonna give her a time of day. She basically can insta heal a tank, and her movement ability just leaves her trapped. So fuck that character. Next up is Ruckus,
Ruckus
a
and
fun
Bolt.
character. My Diva mains, you like this character because it's basically Diva. Lots of damage, high fire rate, personal shield, and his ult is probably one of the best in the game.
Bringing out the big guns.
It's based. Next up, Sati.
Sati.
And you got anything to say about this?
She's annoying.
Yeah.
That's it.
Her movement ability basically can knock her opponents back even further than she goes, which is complete nonsense, really, and makes it really annoying to kill her. She has ability to wall bang using her ult, and she can hit around corners using one of her other abilities. She's one of the most annoying characters to fight, in my opinion. Next up, Ceres. How do you feel about this little lady?
There is great healer in general. Depends on how you want to play her. You could be damage Ceres with her
Gaze
skill
into the
collector,
abyss.
or you could be, a really great healer from way with Mortal Reach.
Yep. And you can also now stun people, so her support potentially even went up. Shaolin.
Be a bitch.
Your sight fails
Be
you.
a bitch.
Honestly, I've had some really good and bad games of Shaolin. Sometimes I really pop off. Other times I don't even get a chance to. It really just depends on how good you are at drawing that bow, how good your Shaolin gameplay is. Why do you call him a bitch, Ant?
I just hate him.
You just hate him. Got it. Next up is Sky.
Sky.
I haven't played enough of her to.
Fair enough. Sky, she's a character that can turn invisible. Shaolin could also do that, but all that she really has going for her is her poison bolt and her ult, which basically can kill most of the lobby and goes through shields. So, and her poison bolts do damage over time. So those two things combined make her really deadly most of the time if you don't catch her.
Strix.
Strix, how do you feel about this boy right here?
Didn't they quick scoping mechanism for him or now?
Yes, it's practically broken. Uh-huh.
Than he already was, since he could just camp in the back and just pocket
Yep.
and
Where
turn
is
him
it?
into the new location and pocket.
Yeah, Talon Rifle no longer scopes, but deals 900 damage. Its effective range is reduced.
Which one? Unauthorized use or crack shot?
Yeah, crack shot. They changed it. So, I think they reverted it back actually.
Wait, and it applies burn?
Yeah, but you lose the headshot potential.
Okay.
So it's like a give and take. But I think they added the on-site thing at base for all of Strix, so you know. How do you feel about the child himself, Talus?
Do you want me to speak bad about him?
You can speak good about him if you want.
I haven't played him.
Alright, then speak bad about him. I don't give a shit.
But calling a
A child a bitch, go for it.
no. No, he's just annoying with the fact that he has. Does he also have dual?
No,
gun weapon?
he doesn't have dual gums. He has something called overcharge, which basically lets him do more damage for a certain amount of time.
That's the reason why I hate him, and the fact that he ult anyone, especially if there's a new round starting and he has his ult as you walk out the gate to your ulted immediately.
Yeah, he could just teleport through the world and kill you, and has an escape method. So,
Yep.
kind of annoying to deal with.
Terminus.
Terminus. Oh my god, Terminus. I have a story for him. The first Terminus game I ever got the pleasure of playing wasn't even supposed to be a Terminus game. I was in ranked. I picked a character for somebody else, and he refused to trade with me. So my first ever game I played as Terminus was a ranked game of one of the highest quality matches. Somehow I popped off and did amazing. But that was probably the most stressful situation I've had in this game in a while. How do you feel about Terminus, Ant?
Though his what's it? What is it? His what is that purple thing called? I forgot what it's called.
Is Siphon?
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. His siphon. The fact that and he could do damage, and what's annoying is once you kill him and don't realize he has his ult, you're pretty much dead.
You
If
never
you don't
really
get out,
not realize he has his ult. You hear it when it's activating. That gives you enough time to run away. His
yeah,
ult,
but
for reference, just lets him come back to life in an explosion that deals a bunch of damage. It's right here.
Once more I rise.
Sorry, that didn't sound as intimidating. Let me switch skins.
Once more I rise.
There we go. That's intimidation. Next up is
Tiberius.
the Weapons Master Tiberius. How do you feel about this boy right here?
played against him. He's an alright champion. Annoying that the fact that his shots bounce off the wall, ricochets off the wall,
In my
and his
opinion,
ult and he takes no damage when you're shooting him in the air, except for the moment that he hits the ground.
well, that's only when he's spinning. If he flies up using the other ability, you can still hit him.
Oh, no, I mean, like I said, that's what he said when he uses his ult.
Well, he has two things in his ult. If he dashes with it, he can dash in any direction, which is kind of good. And if he uses the ground pound, he's immune for a couple of seconds from damage.
Wait,
But
he could dash?
in my opinion, Tiberius was the one character they released that was balanced at the beginning, and then they started nerfing him as he went along. So that's what I have to say. And then we have Torvald. Torvald is one of those characters that came out from the beginning of the game. And what they did to him is nothing close to complete and utter murder. Torvald used to be what you would call an epitome of a tank. And now he is a relic of his former self. He used to have a bigger shield, be able to deal way more damage. Torvald was a menace to society. And now he's literally a grandpa. What do you have to say about Torvald, Ant?
Great, great champion if it's on your team. Applies you shield so you have, a sliver of chance of surviving longer during a fight. Annoying when you're going against, especially his ult.
His ult's fun.
Yeah,
But like his
not,
ult's really easy to block. You just gotta use the movement ability.
not so much fun if you get caught off guard or you accidentally run into it and then you get launched.
That just sounds like you gotta get good, bro.
Tyra.
Tyra, what do you think?
Give them hell.
She was annoying before with her firebombs and that ult, that
Yeah.
talent.
And then they nerfed her, so
Did they really nerfed her? Oh, and
yeah, they got rid of the thing, so it doesn't do as much as it did before. So
Yeah.
Tyra's not good. She's not bad.
Sibon.
Next up is 7. How do you feel about this boy right here?
Annoying to play against, especially for his movement where you could just grapple, and his talent where you're able to place bombs from where you are to where you
and
finish.
where you land. Yeah.
And if you have, I think it's cards that help you reset that. You're just a constant dash.
It's constant moving
dash.
bomb, which
Yeah.
is kind of broken and annoying to play against. So most people hate 7, and he gets banned a lot in rank. Now
Vatu.
Batu has almost the same amount of movement as 7, but he's really good at bursting people's health bars. He does about a regular champion's health bar in one fail swoop of a combo, which is really strong. His ult can finish off anything he doesn't get to finish. His movement is great. I already said that. You got anything else to say?
No,
Nothing? Okay.
nothing with Batu.
Victor, I'll just let you talk.
Why do you won't let me talk with Victor, huh?
I'll just let you talk. You got this.
Pretty much your basic FPS shooter. Whoever is in love with Call of Duty, Fortnite type of games, Victor's the best champ you could go if you want to start the game. Everyone else is kind of confusing. That's how I started. He's a pretty decent damage if you could aim your shots properly and know how to like maneuver between the maps once you get it hands down. His grenade, you could ricochet it off of anywhere. The longer you hold it, the quicker it blows up. So you have to time it perfectly if you want to do damage with it. He doesn't have much more except for his hustle, which there's a talent where you could auto heal yourself while running away. Other than that, he has a burst mode, which deals more damage. But it depends on your type of play. If you're an upfront type of person, I recommend going with Hustler. You could, like I said, you could auto heal yourself while you're running away if you don't have a healer. If you're gonna play more of a back behind a tank type of person, I recommend the burst. Does more damage overall. I forgot his last one. His last talent is the diameter of the obviously grenade is increased, which is great in some scenarios. Not the best out of the 3. His ult is him summoning down airstrikes.
I'm going to cut you off there. You explained everything about Victor. It was supposed to be nice, short, and sweet.
Well, you left it off for me, so you reap what you sow.
Next up is Vivian. Vivian is basically the same as Victor, except she can't run. But to make up for that, she has these sensory drones that basically let you see through walls, and her ult is up infinitely, giving her extra damage throughout the whole time. Vivian's kind of boring if you're not into just straight up shooting, but she has a few things in her kit that can make her fun. You could try it out and see for yourself. Next up is Vora. What do you think about Vora?
She's a great flank. Again, you gotta know how to play her. She doesn't have ammo. She doesn't base it off of ammo. So she does burning damage, I think, once you hit the
No, it's tick damage.
tick
It's
damage.
closer to poison than anything else, but it's tick damage, not burn damage.
So overall, she's a great flank if you know how to play her. Her movement is also pretty decent if you could manage to latch on to something. If you miss, you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah, and her ult gives you damage reduction, increases your speed a little bit, and it kills at the same percentage as Lex, 65 or lower. So it's pretty good. Next up, we have Willow. Willow is one of the original menaces of this game. She has the ability to cut people's healing by 90%. She has the ability to area denial and fly, and she's AoE. Her ult basically keeps her up in the air the whole time. She has air supremacy. Only hit scan champions really have a good chance of taking her out the sky. Anything you got to add in, or did I say it all?
You said it all. I was going to say also, Willow's all up to you since you have,
I am Yagharov.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm going to say.
This realm will be
Fuck
consumed.
She can't move unless she rolls up into a ball. She's literally just a tank, nothing more, nothing less. It's really hard to use her. She's better as an off tank, but it's easy to run away from a Yag. So as long as you're not too stupid, it's hard for you to die to Yags. Next up, we have my second favorite character after Eevee. This is Ying. And as most people know her, Ying the Destroyer, not the Blossom. Ying is one of the most sadistic characters in the game. Mainly because of the fact she was originally supposed to be a damage character and they reworked her into a healer. Her illusions explode, dealing damage. She has the ability to teleport, creating more. And her ult heals her whole team no matter where they are. Ying is an unstoppable monster. If you see it, run.
Zen.
Next up is Xin. I have nothing to say about Xin. Do you have anything to say about Xin?
Nothing to say about Xin, except for
His counter
he has
is
a
really
counter.
good.
I was like, he has a counter.
His counter is really good. His ult's pretty decent. He has 2 movement abilities, one of which does damage. And his base attack isn't that bad. It doesn't have a bunch of range unless you get to his 3rd one, which goes really far. So that's basically it. Zin's like a really decent character. He's really good for what he does, but at the end of the day, he's not that good at actually doing vertical movement. That's all I have to say about all the characters. Oh, I forgot Kasumi. My bad.
Kasumi.
I haven't played her, I think, yet, and she's new. I haven't. Nope, I haven't played her yet, but played against her. She is sort of annoying for the fact that she could stack damage and kill you from really far away. Leaves landmines, invisible landmines.
That
to
you
be
can
exact.
teleport to if you trigger them.
Yes.
And then start to attack you again. Her
And-
movement ability is kind of bad because it leaves her body there and people can just finish it off while she's running away. So, it's whatever. Her ult just basically puts a curse that does a bunch of damage over time. She's a hit or miss type of champion in my opinion. What about you, Ant?
Same.
Oh, and that is all the current characters in Paladins. Catch you next time.